issue of sacrifice right now, because he sacrificed his life so that we can have a renewal, a fresh life, a better life, love, and all that. So, what does the concept of sacrifice mean to you in the context of Good Friday, and how can it be applied to national renewal?
Well, the issue of sacrifice, as it were, it's a matter of self-denial. You can't actually sacrifice as much as you would have loved to if you have your own personal interests at the back of your mind. So the first place will be having a mindset of a readiness of self-denial. And by the time you have such an understanding and such a concept, it will be easy for you to go an extra mile in order to make your neighbor happy. So it's not going to be about I alone, but I'm actually thinking about my next neighbor. So when we are talking about sacrifice in the context of the renewal of a nation, then we are not actually thinking about we are not looking at what obtains within our surrounding or ourselves alone, but we're actually looking at what happens to other neighbors around us. Okay. So Christ, like we saw, the Bible was saying to us that greater love than this hath no man, that a man will actually lay his life for his friend. Greater love. So we are going to an extent at which Christ was saying, see, if you actually want to display this love, is a question of laying down your life. And of course, it has to cost you so much. It has to cost you so much. And that is why it is important that even when you are in leadership, you are not leading based on what you are about to get, but you are about to give. The Bible says, just like the bishop has rightly said, for God so loved that he gave. It is in giving. It is in giving, not in getting. Are we together? Yeah. It is actually in giving, not in getting. And Christ went for that. He said, listen, this issue of sacrifice, as it were, not that anyone actually took this life from me. I voluntarily did it. I was not coerced to do it. I was not forced into it. Are we together? I was not coerced. I was not forced. I laid it down by myself, willingly. Willingly. So, willingness must equally be there. Willingness must equally be there for anyone to actually make a tangible sacrifice, as it were. Because when you do it willingly, it's actually coming out from your heart, and you can also do it joyfully. If it's not with a willing mind, the joy will not be there. And where the joy is not there, the pain will be there. But anything you are doing willingly, joyfully, you will not feel the pain as such.
Okay, many thanks, Pastor Adekunle. Let's get to Dr. Odinkawa now. Some of the comments that you made, willingly, it's about giving and not getting, being selfless, like Archbishop said, be willing to sacrifice. And I'm thinking, and I want to ask, where did we actually get this message wrong, this message that Christ brought? I'm asking that because even in the church, we see the church focused on getting these days, by virtue of the messages and all that plays out. I mean, look around you, leaders, the common man. Everybody's just in the bid to acquire for themselves and not thinking about the next person. And even when they try to give to the next person, it's with a motive. There's a reason, to get something back in return. What happened to the message of Christ?
The message of Christ has been